everybody? I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good division rivalry coming up here in the AFC, and these two teams have met once already, so they are more than familiar with one another's tendencies, and maybe more importantly, their weaknesses. It's the Jaguars going up against the Colts. With that, let's get you up to Lucas Oil Stadium. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, from the heartland of America, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League. They'll come out in the pistol.
All right, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Surveying the field. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a second down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Such a solid defensive effort a week ago, and they'll be looking to carry that forward into this one.
And confidence grows. Every time you have a great performance, you think the next one's going to be even better. That's where this defense is today.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
That first down run could not have turned out worse for a defense, because when they came out on the field, their #1 mission, keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense. today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. So here we go, back to the action. Football in the red zone. And a big 3rd down play coming up for this defense. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up. Into the action, the situation, ball in the red zone. It's 2nd down, and the defense needing to step up. And again this time to the tailback. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Now, that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick here is good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he comes back with one complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A minute 59 to go in the 1st half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On play action, they'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the second. And that field goal caps at 11. Just inside of a minute here remaining in the first half, so the clock is becoming a factor. The offense has the football on their own side of the field. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. Give him 18 on that one. And that'll be good for an Indianapolis first. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go play action here on first down. And this is incomplete.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now back to throw, and that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
And he's got his man on the out route. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance.
Potential turning point in a 1-score game. What can this defense do as they look to hold on to their second half lead? And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. A potential turning point in a 1-score game. What can this defense do as they look to hold on to their second half lead? First and goal here from the 9. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Oh, he shifts past him. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say
situation coming up in the third quarter, and this defense hoping to turn that third down into fourth.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They're going to look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their big tight end, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts able to get this back with it, a touchdown. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they
Keeping this offense out of the end zone has to be considered a must here, as this defense can ill afford to go 2 scores down here in the second half. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. A big drive forthcoming here. Time not a huge issue just yet. They have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to work with. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Defense.
And with the big gain, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was 3rd down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for...
The margin for error for this defense is slim because a field goal would change the complexion of this game. Can they get the stop they need? They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 11. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. 89 yards. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. So they boost their advantage here in the 4th quarter. And don't get me wrong, you take the points. I guess the only downside is didn't really get to milk any of the clock here in this last quarter.
But they'll take the points because, as you and I both know, here in the 4th quarter, things intensify. And while they may not have taken firm command of the game, it does give them a little bit of a cushion.
This defense hoping to preserve that 1-score, 8-point lead here. See if they can do it. The ball on the offensive side of the field. He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Yeah, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And on 3rd down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
And that is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And another timeout taken by the Colts. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Back to throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. So now let's read.
4
This defense just one timeout left. This one all but over as we take you down for the final moments. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Roughing the pass here, but Charles, that's a good call. But these days, you know quarterbacks, they're very protected.
We know how protected they are, and if it's anything borderline, they're going to get the call. But as a defender, that's hard to swallow sometimes because there's so many of these bang-bang plays.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And he'll get up and spike it with 11 seconds remaining. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Colts, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.